Hi, so my name is Maureen Manjoro, and I'm 25 years of age. Um, so basically, I'm a change maker, I'm an entrepreneur, and mainly in the educational sector, education and technology combined. So my dream is the bigger picture is to build a self-sustainable education system that allows everybody the right to education, no matter where they are or what they're doing or what privileges they've got. So how I started is after my education in India, I figured out that the world had become a global village. Consider it the way how anybody can do a video meeting, anybody can access some files or some information or documents over the internet. So how come education can't be the same? How come somebody in the rural areas or somebody in the underprivileged sector cannot access the same education through online or digital platforms? So I started off with AVL Society, Affordable Virtual Learning Society, which concentrate on making sure that education is accessible in the rural areas. So, talking of Zimbabwe, over 95% of kids that learn in the rural areas never make it to university, let alone to a college, like simple college. So, why is that? Because how many major universities do you know in Zimbabwe? NAST, UZ, Chino University, Bindura University, and look at the localities that they are in. So imagine someone who is based in Mount Darien or Mukumbura, fine. How are they going to access university when they could barely pay for their education in high school and primary school, which would be $10 to $15 a term? How are they going to pay up for their university education in in areas like Bindura University, where they have to travel over 300 to 400 kilometers? So here is what the solution entails. We bring about education at their doorsteps. We set up centers. There are already primary schools, high schools around the areas where we set up centers, computers, and these kids can learn virtually using platforms like edX, Allison, and they get their certificates. But remember, we're not ending there. Everybody can get a certificate. Look at the unemployment rate in Zimbabwe. A lot of people are still unemployed with good certificates, with good education. So what we do is, after they gain a certificate, we make them put it into practicality. So these kids have to do something innovative in their communities, help out their communities with whatever they would have learned from us. So we group them into projects. So our pilot project included a marketing student, an agriculture student, an English speaking student, because English is also a matter that is of concern. Most kids don't have a basic understanding of English. So one of the students was the main talker, the main documenter of their project. So they went on to do a poetry project. So by implementing that, they brought about a better way of living in their communities. They brought about innovation in their community. They learned marketing. They learned to speak to shopkeepers and shop owners on how to sell their products. And now they'll keep on the project running. So basically, this is what we want to put about in the communities. There are water problems, there are health problems, there are technological problems in each community in those rural areas. Why don't we then teach those kids, let them get their certificates, then they do these innovative projects? They're not only going to help them earn a better income or a better way of living, they're also going to help their communities grow. They're going to motivate their communities to have something more to look forward to. So if you grow up in those areas, likely by the age of 15 or 16, the next thing you're looking forward to is getting married. Rather, that's even better. You're looking forward to getting pregnant and then going wherever whoever got you pregnant. So basically, this is what we're trying to make the community shy away from. It's almost a myth for somebody in those areas to go for university. I'm one of the person who got out of those areas. Well, because maybe I had relatives who were already in the city. My father was well educated and decided to go and live in the rural areas. But what of those kids that have generations and generations in those communities who believe that education is not really important. But I know for a fact that knowledge is power. The reason that I do this is because I have the knowledge, and that gives me the power. So I would rather impact it on other people as well. So this is basically the project. So over the course of the time, when I started this in 2018, I realized that sometimes we don't have to necessarily wait for sponsors to come or for people to put in their impact. You can always start small. It doesn't matter. And this is the reason why I do this. It's because I know that the little impact that I'm going to make, the little people, the few people that I'm going to help will make the impact later on in the world. They will give better to the community. The 4 students that I started with now have recruited 6 more students, and they are doing the same project. They're using the same 2 laptops that they started off with. So we grow slowly, we grow organically. If we get a sponsor, it's a jackpot for us. If we don't, we know that in the next 1 or 2 years, we would have gone somewhere. We would have walked the path that we want to walk, and would have impacted the lives that would have not been impacted if we hadn't started, just because we couldn't get enough finance on the ground. Or furthermore to that, I decided then to start off Joe Consultants, which basically does education consultants, career guidance, which is a major problem in Zimbabwe or Africa, whereby children go to careers or to study stuff their parents wanted them to study or wanted to achieve that they did not achieve. So basically, we help students who want to study abroad, or students who want to find out what their career want to entail, or what they want to do as their career path. So we believe that passion can also carry a career, and that's what we try to impact in students as they grow up. So basically, to better impact the AVL Society project, we, Joe Consultants, are the main sponsors of of AVL Society, because we figure that the money is not going to come on its own. We have to start somewhere. So basically, as you can see, my area of expertise and my area of interest is education and technology, putting them together, making the world, taking advantage of how the world has become a global village, and then impacting change in people. I know it may seem like, 4 students at a time, it doesn't really make a change and all that. But 10 years back, 5 students would have gotten out of Mount Darien to have a better education, have a better way of living. So next time you feel like maybe you don't want to start, and maybe the impact you're making is so small, remember that the 1 or 2 people that you're going to impact today would have not gotten that impact if you hadn't started. So that's basically what I believe in and what I stand for. And in the future, I know that we can make a better change, we can grow organically, and we will make an even bigger impact, because it's always possible. If you are consistent, if you're persistent, then everything is possible. So thank you so much for your time.